Why the more? Anime that tells about married life. One of them is an anime called Spy X Family. Where is this anime? Successful display of an attractive home life. Adorable and unique, with the presence of this manga and anime. Starting a lot. Series with similar themes. One example is anime that is hypening. At this moment, the anime is Sakamoto Days. But before the second series was successful, actually there have been many other series that tell how funny and adorable married life. One example is Tonikaku Kawaii series that have been present earlier in 2018. Okay, then why more and more of this kind of series are present in the manga and anime industry? The answer, yes, definitely is. Background. Cannot be denied that the presence of a popular series that is familiar to us cannot be separated from social conditions, the Japanese society itself, in the form of the author's unrest of the series he made. Let's take an example on the Samurai X series. The beginning of the series. It is set in the Meiji era, where in that era it was the golden era of the Japanese Empire. Why was this era chosen? One of the goals was, reminds the Japanese young generation on how heroic a Japanese samurai, how their chivalry behaved, and how cool their abilities in playing swords. That's the reason why the end of the Meiji era, which was used as the setting of the era of the Samurai series X, as well as the Doraemon series and other similar series such as Astro Boy, where both series were first made in the era of 50, but the 60s. Yeah, as we know, this was the golden era of the Japanese economy. In that era, many Japanese people dreamed how they make an advanced technology in the future. How can they build a robot who can act like humans? This is why there are so many series, robot theme, that are present in the anime industry as well as manga, and was born series as well as Doraemon and Astro Boy. And if we explore anime's cases, tell about unique weddings like series Tonikaku Kawaii and others. This could be one factor. The social factors of the Japanese state itself. Whereas we know, indeed the current Japanese government is being twisted with a crisis called the human resources crisis, where the younger generation is thinning, the birth rate is low, and marriage numbers have dropped dramatically. Yes, but before that, I have to disclaimer first this is just my own personal opinion from looking at those phenomena, and can be said to have definitely not. There is an official statement from each author. Is it true that the crisis of human resources in Japan became their inspiration in making works? Yes, even so. Spy X Family itself was once boycotted by the Japanese feminists because one of the scenes in the anime, which is where one of the main characters in this anime, told the fear, ostracized by his friends, because at the age of an adult he was not at all have a boyfriend, and she even has a husband. Even in this anime is also told that the adult women who are not married, usually suspected of being a state spy. Yes, maybe this is what makes Japanese feminists protest with this, because he felt the scene pretty overrated. And maybe it really hits their hearts, maybe, yeah. Yes, indeed. If we perceive the message to be conveyed, obviously this anime is trying to encourage adult audiences to get married immediately, and gives the perception that unmarried adult woman, it was something weird. Therefore, get married.
でも先輩って27でしたっけ？気をつけないとダメですよ。
Yes, maybe that is the message to be conveyed in this anime. Yes, besides the scene, this anime also gives us an idea of how actually the marriage wasn't as bad and as boring what most people imagine. Yes, indeed, a lot of people are saying that marriages are sometimes pretty awful because marriage is like we see a mountain view. Where is the mountain? From afar looks beautiful, majestic, and magnificent, but when we try to ride it, then there are so many steep rocky roads that must be passed. Not as beautiful as when we see it from afar. And what we see in anime Spy X Family, Tonikaku Kawaii, and Sakamoto Days. Marriage isn't that bad. We can see how adorable Lloyd, and you're in the role of a married couple. And also as the adoptive parents of Anya. Yeah, it's him. Other than describing how fun a marriage is, this anime indirectly teaches us about how they educate Anya and keep learning, trying best parenting methods for their children. As has been alluded to before, anime Tonikaku Kawaii and also Sakamoto Days also depicts a visual of the same wedding. Yeah, all that, according to my opinion, is inspired by the decreasing marriage in Japan. One that I highlight from these two anime, that is Tonikaku Kawaii and also Spy X Family, is how these two anime make and tell the two couples of each of these anime married without a wedding party and just record their marital status in the state civil registry only. This is clearly very consistent with the teachings of Islam.
では帰りに役所によって手続きを。
今から？
善は急げです。
And confirmed that in fact the marriage process was very easy and cheap, and without even a penny. Can be done? Yes, actually the truth is, marriage in Islam is like that. No compulsion of marriage must be luxurious, especially to have to be in debt. Enough with dowry, in accordance with the ability of the future husband. Any form, that's enough to be a condition of a marriage. Even the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was in one of his hadiths. He said that even an iron ring, that's more than enough to be made a dowry as one of the conditions. The validity of a wedding procession in any of the traditions of the hadith. Also, it was once said that a very poor man, who is one of the best friends, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, married by Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam Dengan Mahar, a memorization of the verses of the Quran, because he has nothing that can be used as a dowry other than memorizing the Quran. That is one of the justice of the teachings of Islam, which does not incriminate anyone in everything related to the core teachings of Islam and also in social life, as well as those concerning worship. Yes, maybe. That's all we discussed today. This is about the teachings of Islam in the anime, Sakamoto Days, and also just Tonikaku. What do you guys think about these three anime? And have you guys ever experienced marriage is too expensive? Or maybe you guys have never been married at all. Oh, are y'all scared to get married? You can pour out, fill your heart out in the comments. Don't forget to like. And if there are any questions and criticisms and suggestions, you can add in Egaology Forum, his link in the description. And word Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, we meet again in the next videos.